We're at Jeff's place. We're at Jeff's place. We got the door with us. We took the other door off the other side of the driver's door off the Bugatti. We didn't get Doug's car sanded all last night, so we're coming down here this morning. We're an hour away, an hour and a half. We're bringing the door down to Jeff. We're going to look at the passenger side door. Yeah, he's got some wood on that because I've seen some pictures on the internet. We haven't seen it personally yet, but this is going to be the time. So we're just going to run the door up. We'll do a video with Jeff, and then we'll go from there. Let's go up and see what's going on. I think he's up in this wood shop himself. It's funny, I said to Jolene, I was carrying this door down. I said, there's not many doors you can carry around with one hand, and you think nothing of it. The door is not finished. Both doors are not finished. When you look at the videos, you can tell around the hinges that the doors aren't finished, and I know that, and I think everybody else should know that, but here we go. Look at that, we don't even have to knock. No. Knock, knock. We're on the video. Morning, Jack.
How you doing, buddy?
Good morning. We have another
Right here,
door
man.
for you.
Right here.
Okay, look at that now, would you?
Oh,
Look at that now, would you?
what's that door's fatter?
Oh, sit right in there. Cool. Look at that now, would you?
Good morning.
Hey.
Cool.
Wow.
All this going on. I was wondering. Beautiful.
Well, I made a little. There's room for.
Beautiful. Yes, yes. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need it. Beautiful. Awesome.
Up there's a little tighter.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's gonna be tight because of whatever. Like. You know,
Well, because the door's coming this way.
Yes.
But we may thin that down a bit, right?
I could have brought you a few more clamps if you needed them.
Well, you know what? You can never have enough clamps. Right?
That's true.
Actually, I almost after I you know these are sort of grade school type clamps.
Yeah.
I got all these, and I thought, well, I'll give these to one of my nephews or something, eh?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. As a matter of fact,
Wow.
they're usually over there.
Yeah.
I think there's what, one or two parked still.
This is what I want to show Jolene in the video. Come look how nice that fits. Come look how nice that fits. Wow. That's beautiful. You know, that piece is going this way. You've had this on there, you're like, wow, it looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really nice.
You want the wow already?
Well, we can do that, yeah, for sure.
Actually, if I turn it this way, you get more light.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And like I said on the video, as we look at stuff, all this stuff here is not finished. It's not finished. All the hinges in the back, they're not finished. And
No, we got miles to go.
we
Right?
got miles to go, like, yeah, I don't know, miles, but
Well,
we got a few kilometers.
yeah.
But there's stuff to be done there, obviously, and that's what we're doing. And that's what will have to be done. Okay, that was already glued on there, was it? Or?
Well, I glued this on last night.
Okay.
Just because I come up here and I thought it'd be nice to have that on. So
That's really good.
So this is one piece right from here to here.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then another piece from here to here, and the third piece is here to here. So I wanted to set this in first, and then I'll build everything, because I mean this is front and center. This is what you see,
Yeah.
and then everything will be built around that. So this was the second piece that went in, and the only reason it's pushed back so I didn't glue this to this.
Yeah.
So this actually will screw right there. So it's all got a 1/4 inch
Yes.
overlap.
Yeah.
Right. And then I've cut.
The funny part, when you're all done, someone's going to say, well, how did they do that?
Well, but that's what I did,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm saying when you're done, then someone's going to say, how did they do that?
So
Yeah, you're going to have to cut that piece off.
I cut. So actually, that's exactly what I do. I
Yeah.
cut all 3 pieces, and then I mounted this. I call it a skirt. I don't know what they've actually called it. And sanded that all down. And I thought, well, how am I going to get this piece to match up to this piece, and this piece to match up to this piece? So literally, what I did, I took a level, and I
Yeah.
cut this at perfectly level. And if I cut this at perfectly level, then I cut this at perfectly level, they should match.
There you go.
So this is glued on now, and it can be sanded to match this piece.
When you come down, when this comes down around here, you're going to make this a little smaller in here?
Well, no, we're going to talk about that.
Okay,
Yes,
we're
yes,
gonna
for
talk
sure.
about that.
This is rough still. This is really rough.
Yeah, but this looks really nice.
Well, up here it
Yeah.
looks really nice, but if you feel down here, I haven't played with it that much.
Yeah.
And I think like 3/4 inch,
Yeah,
which
that's nice.
is about there, right?
Yeah.
And 3/4 inch is there. Maybe that might be a little much.
Well, I'll tell you what. When you're putting your 3/4 inch on, I would do it all 3/4 inch. And if you like it going around, if it
Well,
had a
I'm
little
not sure
shape
what's
going
going to
around
happen here.
there. Yes.
Are we going to leave this hole as is?
Well, there's going to have to be. I was going to leave the hole there.
Yeah. So that's just a little under. So I think 3/4 inch, and then maybe if we need, if it's really pinching on the trim,
Yeah.
this may come down to 5/8 or 1/2 inch or something. Then back to 3/4 inch when I can.
Yeah.
You know, 3/4 inch, and then if this curve needs to be 5/8 or
If it had, whatever,
Right.
if it has to come down,
like 3/4
and
inch,
fit in with that, I'd be all right with that too.
3/4 inch kind of encroaches on this hole.
Okay. Well, if you got the same distance from that hole all the way around up to here,
Yeah.
and then
I'll just
maybe
take 3/4
Yeah.
inch. So what I'll do, I'll either.
I like those. I like the screw head you put on there.
Yes, actually, those are the.
Yeah.
These are the correct screw heads.
I like that.
And in keeping with my father, legacy, my father, you always line up the screw heads, right?
Well, some people do and some people don't, and I like the ones that do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you do that.
Like my father, he said. Like my dada.
So that's 3/4 of an inch.
Oh, so that's how you do that, eh? You just run that along.
Well, actually, what I'd rather do, and I may do.
You want to be like me, well, guess.
Yeah.
I like guessing. That's why I didn't do so good in school. Because I guessed too much.
So that'll fall.
Yeah.
But or else what I'll do is when I take this off,
You can run it right around.
no, on the inside panel, I'll use that washer trick. So this is 1/4 inch, so I'll use a washer that offsets me 1/2 inch. And that way I can sit it flat on the sander.
Okay. You know what you're
Buzz
saying,
off.
for
But
when
either
you go to sand it, you're going to use
Yeah.
a washer for a...
As a guide on,
For a guide.
on the inside.
Yep.
That way this can sit flat on the sanding table. But either or, that's the line, I think, for now. That'll be.
Well done. Looks good.
Yeah.
That'll just be a little bit finer and a little more delicate. And
Well, you know what? Actually, there's one of those recreations, and they have great big.
piece going down there.
Yeah.
Just
And
a lot of wood.
And then the real Bugattis, I think, are probably even less than that. They're probably, if that's 3/4 of an inch, they're probably 1/2 inch. But
I just know everything. When we noticed the one when we seen the one at the Peterson, everything was very delicate. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
just seemed small, dainty.
well, I
And
mean,
that's a nice
Yes.
size there. The 3/4.
what you do is
nice
by
size
hand
there.
and by
Yeah.
eye, right? So I cut this back to, where I thought was going to be, 7/8, 3/4 of an inch. And when I got it on there, I thought, well, that's pretty nice.
That looks really good.
Let's
That looks really good.
maybe make it 3/4 of an inch.
Jolene's happy. I see something else here. You got the circle and you got.
Oh, these are Jolene's.
What are they? Oh wow. Cool.
Oh, yeah, cup things.
Well, I wouldn't recommend them for. But I put
Veneer around the inside.
veneer around the outside, leather on the bottom.
Wow.
I mean, I don't really make coasters, but
That's
they're
awesome.
baubles. Huh?
What's a bauble?
A thing. A thingamajig. But that's polished.
It'd be a nice puck.
But that's polished too.
It's nice,
Yeah.
eh?
Wow. Beautiful.
And then the hole that we drilled for, the pilot hole when we were
Yes.
cutting the
Okay.
holes. These are from the Speedo and tack.
Okay.
So I put a mahogany plug in there.
Oh, well, look at that now. You didn't waste a damn thing. I was going to say you had to drill a hole in the center of that.
Well, it wasn't. There was no. It was already drilled.
Yeah, so I'm saying
Yeah.
there was a hole drilled. That's why I couldn't
Wow.
fathom where it come from.
Yeah.
You just made it, but this is a hole they cut it from the speedo stuff. Cool.
And the other one I have. This is from.
I'll drill a hole in your console, make cup holders now, put them down the side and hold the cup.
There you go. This is from the steering column,
Okay.
right? And it's smaller. But what I did want to do, and it still needs to be polished and sanded, but this is a cross section of
Okay.
the plywood in the dash.
Cool.
That is cool. It shows you all the different layers, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like
Actually,
I
and
got
the-
a bunch of different layers.
And the two different plywoods, right?
I'm like an onion.
Some of those. Like what else do I got?
Look at that now, would you? There was a shifter knob sent in the mail. It was black, but this one's the color.
Oh, do you have the black one?
we do.
Excellent, because my buddy's got an XJS, and I said, "Will you take some measurements for me?"
Yeah.
But this is strictly by memory,
Yeah.
because I used to drive his XJS all
Yeah.
the time. I have no idea what that dimension is.
Cool.
So if I have that black one, then I can copy it.
We can.
Cool.
But that's pretty close.
Awesome.
This is actually, I chipped that, so I've made fresh ones to go new.
Okay.
Descent of Pininfarina.
Pininfarina, which was Ferrari did
Cool.
body work for Pininfarina, but that was one of the first cars I had, which was a 66 Fiat 1500.
Okay.
Actually, I was just downstairs and I came across it, and I thought, geez, I should have that up on the wall or something. It was an absolute basket case. The floor was gone, all the fuel lines, brake lines, everything was
You're
gone.
talking about most of the cars that I fix.
Yeah, it was gone. Anyways, that's the only thing I got left of it.
Well, you're using everything. That's cool that you're doing that. You know, you plug that,
Well,
put that
don't
in
need to
there.
be shine to those, so
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'll do them up for her.
Yeah, they're cool.
Actually, it's quite interesting, and I've talked to Doug about it. I shouldn't say this on video, but you can actually
Don't do it if you don't have to. But
No, but you can see this was polished to an absolute piano gloss
Oh, you said Doug's favorite word, piano gloss.
2 weeks ago, and now the finish is sunk into the grain.
Yeah.
You can see it when you look at the light, the reflection of the light.
Yeah, I can see a little bit of it.
Well, you can see it everywhere. Everywhere there's sort of a grain pattern. It's
Yeah.
sort of sunk into it. So I'm not going to worry about these ones, but
That's cool.
I think what you want to do is leave. You sand it, polish it, and then let it sink in,
Yes.
and then polish it again.
Mm-hmm.
So the dash our dash has been sitting with finish on it for weeks.
Couple, 2 weeks
So-
maybe.
Yeah. So when I polish that, hopefully, it's all over relaxed and done exactly whatever it's going to do. And
Okay.
when I sand it and polish it out, that piano gloss will stay put. This is actually a different finish too. This is a lacquer.
You getting this done and having both the doors off. I know we got Doug's car to do, and you know, I know. But I'm gonna pull the seats out of your car. I'm gonna make them fit, and I'm gonna send your seats away and get them seats done with the ostrich. And that way there, that stuff will be done. Then I can just depend on myself, right?
Yeah.
I see you got another piece over here glowing.
Well, I was hoping today
Yeah.
that we were going to. So I laminated this up last night.
Am I interfering in plans?
No.
Okay, cool.
But it actually, let's go over here first. This is my heat box. Right?
As a kid, we used to call it a hot box.
Yeah. That was only when you were in trouble. So this glue that I use, it's called plastic PPR, plastic powder resin. And it's like a marine epoxy, but it's a powder. You mix it up. It needs at least 70 degrees.
Did you put this together especially for doing that?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
You just
No, I built this.
Okay, you just
I
put a
mean,
little heater.
there's nothing special about it.
Right? You just put a little heater in it.
I was actually initially looking for an electric blanket, like your grandmother had.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like $150, and it just felt odd putting an electric blanket over top of this. There's my thermostat, thermometer. So I built this box to
How's it?
to house this, right? So I
you got this AP here, just a piece in there. Yeah.
So this is the second piece I glued up. Initially, I had this piece in here being trained. Actually, on the
I trained
the
my
jig
hair this
jig.
morning.
Look at that.
We trained my hair, baby, put a little gel in it for me, did you, huh?
Yeah.
She said, spruce that stuff up. You can't be walking around with me
For the
looking
TV.
like a heathen. What, babe? What are you laughing at me for?
I didn't say that.
What do we say about clamps?
I see that a lot of the work is in preparation.
You know, like your video last night, you're talking about 40, 80, prime sand, prime, you know, how many hours goes into, I mean, the actual painting
Half hour,
is
an hour.
3% of the work, right?
Yeah.
Getting it all ready so that the paint actually turns out properly
Yes.
is a different story, right?
That's why the body man knows that if you haven't got a good body man, your paintwork doesn't look good no matter what you do. If you know what I'm trying to tell you.
So that's thick. So I like to put just a gob in there.
Yeah.
But
If I was a kid, Jeff, I'd have that in my mouth sucking on it like a piece of taffy.
there you go.
I wouldn't tell you, I'd just be doing it.
But this is what it looks like when it's done, right?
About the same thing as taffy too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably break your teeth though.
I'd be sucking on that. Well, that now, would you?
And that goes, we all know.
Awesome.
Actually, quite interesting. I've been dying to try this.
Look at that now, would you?
Smile.
Hickory dickory dog.
Smiles all around.
Smiles all the way around. Cool. Beautiful.
So here was my plan. I had a piece, another one like this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That I made in the first batch.
Yes.
So I was going to put this on the cooker, right? And we were going to check this piece that I had made against the door, and if it fit nicely.
Oh, he's got one already spanked up there.
Well, I do, only because, but what I did
Only because
do-
you want to.
What I did do, where's my other piece here?
Mine anyway, I'm just standing
Nope.
still.
So I had a piece that was very similar to this.
Yes.
I made this yesterday. And it fits in there quite nicely.
Yes.
Actually, this one does not quite. Anyways, so the first thing I did was I put a mark where the screws are. Huh? And I put a mark about where I'm going to cut it. Because I want these two pieces to match door to
Gotcha.
door.
Yeah.
Right? So I took it over to the bandsaw.
And hadn't cut short on you?
Well, didn't I cut it where the, I mean, you want, we're not all bulletproof here, kids. I cut it right where that screw is, not where it belongs.
Yes.
So this is where it was supposed to be cut,
Okay.
and this is where I cut it. Right?
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
So this actually now becomes wall art.
Yes, I understand that. You know, I've done that so many times.
You know what? I mean, just
Done that so many
you know,
times.
not that I'm a professional, but we all screw up.
Yeah, I am.
Anyways, that's what it's supposed to look like, and actually, all the pieces have.
And that would bother
On-
you from side to side. You probably wouldn't notice it, but it would bother you.
Well, and you would know it.
In,
Jolene would know it.
in the end, you told us so.
Yeah.
That's how we would know. But
So all these pieces have this last piece of veneer on it, right? See?
you know what I noticed about people that honestly want to do the best job they can? They always tell people what they did wrong, just so it's kind of a thing where when I do a body job or paint job or something, if I have something wrong, I will show them just because I feel like I should have got that. And there's other people that will paint something and hope you don't see it so it can go out the door. But there's people that are true artists that will say, I've made a boo-boo there, or I don't like this, or I don't like that, and he's done that.
The quintessential measure twice, cut once.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but you show it, and that's a good thing, you know what I'm saying?
The other thing
It
is
says something about your character.
they say about a woodworker, you know, it's not how well you do things, it's how well you recover from your
Yeah.
screw-ups.
Well, I
right?
mean, yeah, yeah. 'Cause
But-
I would never probably noticed, I don't think, maybe after a bit, but You know.
No, but as we go along and I tell you what
Yes.
I'm doing, you go, you know, this is, you know, we did it this, we wanted these
Yeah.
two to match, we wanted, you know, like this piece, this skirt piece
Yeah.
actually is the mirror image of this skirt piece, right? Like they came off the stick. These
Okay.
two, I sliced them off the same board, brought them down,
Yeah.
right? So you'll see that they match each other, right? So this piece will match over here.
Cool.
Now this isn't going to match over there,
Mm-hmm.
but this piece matches over
And I
there.
see you've got the pieces here all ready to cut out for the
Yeah.
front span.
So I cut these all up last week. So this will be for this. Right? Not that piece, of course. These pieces will go here.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm so happy that we did this. You did that. Left us some room for that stuff. I was wondering about that, and I seen
I
the
figured.
picture, and I said, we used the old coconut.
So,
He's the wood whisperer.
the Wood Whisperer, yeah.
Wood
Actually,
Whisperer.
he's a remarkable gentleman. Actually, he was in Arizona, and now he's in Colorado, and it's an online subscription type thing.
What do you think of the prices that's going on in Barrett Jackson?
I was watching it yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you see that #1 Hummer last night?
I-
The Hummer, the GMC Hummer electric vehicle serial number 001.
Yeah.
And it was sold for charity, $2.5 million.
Wow.
You got people that
1100 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower, and 1,200 foot-pounds of torque.
it reminds me of 207. Like 207, the prices were crazy, but we must remember what happened after 207.
Yeah, yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Well,
So I'm keeping my eyes wide.
I think it's in direct relation. I don't know what the housing market's doing in the U.S., but I mean it's almost in direct relation to the housing market here, right?
Yeah, everything's selling because you can't build it.
They're
It's
just
cheap
buying
you
it.
can buy it.
Well, you know what? A 2x4 to build a wall is like $6 now.
Yeah.
No,
They said
we're
a sheet of plywood,
90 cents.
$34 for a sheet of plywood.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So no, that's cool. Doesn't bother me.
I'm not.
Not
really-
unless you're buying.
Yeah, I'm not buying any of that stuff right now. We wouldn't mind fixing a few things, but other than that, the prices are.
Yeah.
You know what? The prices are what the cars are getting. They're probably got that much into them anyways. They're probably
They
paying sort
always
of what
do,
you.
right?
Yeah, you always
never
have.
get your money back
Yeah.
out of a restoration.
But the prices are very good.
Yeah.
I'm just
Carry
waiting to see
on.
what happens.
Well, what for you and I, it's the interest that's being generated in the market. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's enthusiastic about
getting
I
out and
think
spending some money.
Yeah, spending some money.
So-
Ooh, number 2. And I have no idea why this happened, but I'll fess up. So I built this yesterday. I had this in the clamps, and I was just about to put this together when I screwed this up. So I thought, well, I'll build another one. And that way we can lay it up in the door.
Yeah.
While you're here, and I'll show you how I got this in here.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we still can, or I'll run it through you. But I laid this up. It takes about 6 hours at 70 degrees Fahrenheit in that box, or 4 hours at 90 degrees. And I don't know whether I didn't have enough glue in it, or what happened. But I took this out, and of course this is beautiful. You can't even see. There's a opening in the lamination there, but you can't even see the laminations in here, right? Well, something happened up top here, which is actually the most important part of the whole deal, and it opened up on me.
You can sand that down, can you not?
Well, yeah, maybe. But what I'm
Did you put some glue on that?
I put,
Okay.
well, actually, the other problem is while this was in the cooker, the glue, when it's sitting out here at 16 or 17 degrees C, doesn't cure. So I got a bunch of glue and I smeared it in there, and I threw it in the box with this piece. Look at this piece. This piece is perfect, spot on.
Yeah, that's nice.
Not a problem, right? When I get that all sanded down. Anyways, I think when I put it in the cooker and it warmed up, it opened up like a wet paper bag. Even worse, right? So, you know, for instance,
Who would have thought?
this is 0.344 inches, right? All laminated up. This is 0.343 inches, so that's pretty high. This is a half an inch, 0.493.
Yeah. Can that be sanded down the back
Yes.
side? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, probably, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, it's a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not the kind of guy who would try to make it work.
Well, see, at this point in time, and you know, with what we're gonna do here today, to have you guys watch me do that and fester with the frustration of it,
Yeah.
I'm not sure you want to do that.
Well, I
But-
don't mind frustration. I don't mind frustration.
Wow,
That's my middle name.
look at that.
Isn't it, baby?
Yeah.
Frustration with curly hair. Don't show my hair no more.
Well, here's what I do. So, this piece is is 3/4 of an inch. This piece. Then you have the skirt on top of it, right?
That's only 3/4 of an inch from
Yeah.
there to there?
Yeah.
No, inch 3/4.
Oh, inch and a quarter.
Inch and a quarter.
Inch and a quarter, yeah, that's right. Oh, actually, it is an inch and a quarter because I remember we talked about the door being 2 inches thick,
Yes.
and I was going to take an inch,
Yes.
and you were going to take an inch,
Yes.
right? So I took an inch, but
You have-
I have to come out a quarter of an inch, so
Right.
it's an inch and a quarter.
Gotcha.
So what I do is I set this to an inch and a quarter.
So as you're thinking about that, I'm thinking about Jolene's windows a little bit. I'm just thinking about them. Maybe.
Yeah.
You could do an airplane sliding window on that if you want to. If I run a piece of chrome on the outside of that and have a channel for a piece of glass, you could do a sliding window. Don't think it's necessary for a window, but just thinking in my brain, I thought it out loud. Continue on, Jeff. I don't want to slow up the wood process. I'm just,
No.
My brain's burning gears. My brain's burning gears.
I thought about sliders too. I'm not sure how a slider fits on that. So I reference everything from my side. So inch and a quarter.
Okay, so you're just going like that. Line right on.
Now bear in mind that the door is doing this. Okay?
So you push your wood into this line, cut it off, and then push it back out for the.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think what I'll do. So
What
I've
he's doing is he's pushing the wood into this line, this piece here, put it into that line, then he's going to trace it on the backside.
well, actually then I'm going to trace
Yeah.
underneath here, right? And
Yeah.
it'll follow the door.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to pull it out.
Yeah.
Right? And then I'm gonna trace this side. But so I have marked here.
Yeah.
And I've marked here.
You might want to put an X through that one.
Well, no, that's where the screw hole
Yeah, but
goes.
you might want to put an
No,
X through it just so you don't cut
this
it.
is the first thing I'm gonna cut right now.
Here's her coffee.
That's just really rough. What are we gonna do with all those?
We're gonna whatever pieces that you think that you're going to discard.
I haven't thrown away any.
Okay, we'll try to. Maybe someone can win them or something. Who knows? Or maybe you can put them on your wood site or something.
So if I put this right here, see what happens? So it's
Yeah.
on the line here.
Yeah.
It's on the line here. But I need it to be on the line
So's my.
here.
Yeah.
Huh?
There you go. Yeah. I understand.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a line underneath here.
Do you want your pencil?
Oh, right here.
That's got a magnet on, hasn't it? And what we call that is scribing it to the door.
Yes.
He's scribing it.
Then, when I pull this out, 1/4 of an inch, it'll be 1/4 of an inch perfectly. It'll follow the door. And then, this piece will be here.
Right. That's okay.
Before we get started though, I need this to go away.
Okay, so you've laminated from this part and you get some there.
Yeah,
That's in
this
there.
lamination was a little smaller.
Did you do that drawing again, or?
So no, actually, but I'm just gonna bring this to right here to accommodate, because that's gonna definitely have to be cut off.
I'll give you away, sweetheart. I would drop my glasses. I would drop my glasses. I need to put them damn things up. I lose a pair of glasses a week, don't I?
So you want it. And we're not using this line. Using that outside line. Okay. Cut to the outside line. Back to the bandsaw.
That's how you're cutting this stuff, are you?
Yeah.
On the bandsaw?
I'm gonna cut this roughly, and then we'll sand it.
Yeah. Nice bow and arrow.
There you go. Let me buzz this on the. I'm gonna make a little noise here.
We always make noise. Is that bothering you?
Yeah, a little bit. Well,
That would, yeah, I suppose you said that would never come apart, would it?
well, that's the only problem that I have with it. But actually, see, I did get some glue in there,
Yeah.
and I could probe. See, I'll glue that.
Put some in it and clamp it and glue it?
Yeah.
You could put any glue in that, couldn't you? You wouldn't have to use your special stuff, would you? Or
Well, yeah, no, probably not. I don't think this special stuff doesn't need to be like I used that special stuff on this skirt,
yes?
but I didn't up here. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm using that waterproof PVA, you know, the stuff we veneered with.
Yes.
So,
You're on the way.
thank you. So now that we have this,
On this side looks pretty good.
yeah, well, actually, it should be, yeah, to about. Actually, hopefully, this line is at that, is here. So what I do is I've taken.
Can we get you one of those things?
About like this. Right. Pump that in there. Pump that in there. Pump that in there. So now we'll adjust this to 1.25 inches. Look at that,
I see what you did.
huh?
See what you did.
Yeah.
A little bit of reverse psychology there.
So this, look, actually, if we push this in here, it's fits the door,
Yes.
right?
Yes. That's the shape you want at first.
So now I'm gonna grab my inch.
I was a little messed up there for a second when you did that. Now I know why you did that.
I
Because
grab my
I would have
inch.
messed up the first piece.
Yeah, whiff. Yeah. We got a whole box of first pieces. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a little bit more control. I'll just do this. As long as I can see the
You can
line.
hold that
Yep.
if you want. You got her anyways.
Well, you might want to hold it anyways because I'm going to push down on it. That's pretty good, huh? Just
Yeah. Well, you're getting what you need to get done. That piece cut off. That's what a lot of people need to do. Sharpen their pencil.
make a sharp pencil.
Sharpen their pencil.
And then the last little bit.
We're gonna, after we leave here, we're gonna go to Princess Auto, pick up an engine stand. Doug's got the pistons ready for the Jaguar engine. He's got the head, he's playing on the head.
Did you see that gantry crane at the overhead gantry crane at Princess Auto?
I have before, yes. They're good.
Well,
I think they'd be something up to lower a motor and it'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that way you're not relying on the
The
pivot.
chain fall thing.
Yeah. It's hard to believe we're going to cut that, huh? You know, that's squirrely. But
That's what fits.
that's what fits.
That's what fits.
Did that car cover not go the full length of that?
That car cover was made for a side-by-side or something.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I couldn't think of where I would have gotten that car cover. I thought it had to have been for Dad's car,
Yeah.
which you know,
It
the
would've
size
fit.
of the size of a limousine.
No, it's kind of funny situation, but it worked. We got it through on there.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
threw her on there, didn't we, baby?
Yeah.
Huh? Covered her up. Doug's damn car making a mess of our shop.
Damn straight.
I'm just.
I gotta tell you, I watched that video last night and I thought I would have put paint right over top of that primer. It looked perfect to me from the video. I thought, why are you gonna go ahead and scratch that all up? And
The primer looks good. There's a few places that have to be fixed, but I use all the primer to fix my imperfections.
no, I know where you're headed with it, but I
Yeah.
thought, man, I don't know, wouldn't you just let me leave it at that?
Then that's where we would use epoxy. We would paint it, not sand it, or prime it, not sand it, and paint it. That's where the epoxy would be used.
Oh, there you go.
You
Okay.
wouldn't have to sand it, and then you just paint it. We put primer on instead because we got some boo-boos we got to fix.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of boo-boos, I'm about, no. I always leave myself a little bit of sand. The more you cut, the more you start seeing double vision.
Doesn't look like boner. Good start.
Awesome, huh?
Little string up there, little string down there.
A little bit of sanding.
Yeah, you shoot yourself in the eye.
When I started this adventure, I thought, how am I going to pull this off? Look at this piece.
He's just starting to figure out the secret to make the caramel bar.
I mean, isn't that the most bizarre?
Yes.
I mean, it goes this way, it goes that way, and look at it. You know? There's now, there's not a straight line in it anywhere.
Yeah.
But there's not a straight line in it anywhere.
But it fits.
But it fits.
But it fits.
Right?
Cool.
So what we can do, or what I'll do now,
He's gonna go draw a hole in it.
I'm gonna drill a hole in
He's gonna draw a hole in it. 40,
Oh, you know what? I was gonna show you a trick. You know what they call this?
A drill.
No, this part.
Chuck.
That's a chuck. Do you know how to chuck a bit?
Chuck a bit.
Yeah.
Chuck it at the window.
Now, there's a woodworker in California. This is not my thing. But he taught us, right? William Ning.
William Ning.
Yeah, Ning School of Woodworking. But he said to properly chuck a bit. Now I'm left-handed, so
Yeah.
you can do it whatever way you want. Take the drill like this. Take the bit like this, right? Go like that. Forget it.
Why? Wrong bit?
Chuck a bit. He had a bad sense of humor.
Yeah, right over me. I jumped inside the boat. Chucky Baby said, I'll get that for you, Jack.
All right, thanks.
That's like 52 pickup playing cards.
I didn't want to use the one I'm going to use. So, 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch plus, so inch, 1 inch is inboard here. So 1/4 inch plus half of that is 3/4 of an inch, right?
I didn't follow the question, but you're on it, so.
Well, there's a 1/4 inch here, so, but I want,
If there's a 1/4 inch there, there should be an inch in here.
yeah, there's an inch in here and I want it to be in the middle, right? So a 1/2 inch here plus a 1/4 inch outboard should be 3/4 of an inch.
Right. Measure twice.
Actually, 3/4 of an inch.
What if you
Yeah,
did it from the...
Well, it shouldn't, well, or a 1/2 inch from the outside. Doesn't matter, right? So it should be 1.25 inches. So I want one there. Actually, we can do a 1/2 inch.
What if you measured from this side? Would it be easier for you?
That should be a 1/2 inch.
You measured from this side?
That should be a 1/2 inch. Actually, a little more than a 1/2 inch.
Pretty precise. See, that's that stuff where I guess again. If you know what I'm trying to say. That looks good.
5/8. So 5/8. Screw there.
Yep.
5/8 there. And 5/8 here. I wonder how many people would know that I was getting ready to throw that bit away, right?
I never seen it before, so. Oh, it must have a little. Okay, you got a
Countersink.
countersink on the end of the drill bit. So I would just grab a bigger drill and set in a small hole.
Where's that last one? Now I take these are all the stainless steel stuff that we're going to use. The little cup washers that we looked at.
Where'd you get this package at?
This?
Yes.
Well, I didn't. I bought everything separately.
Okay, because them screws are hard to find, hard to get. Like
Pacific Fasteners in Toronto.
Okay.
Actually, Pacific Fasteners used to be only in Vancouver, but I met they now open a place in Toronto, so I've been dealing with him.
Because the new cars never had a Robinson, you know what I mean?
No, these are all oval head slots.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Like there's
But
the real McCoy for if you're building a car. If you see a Robinson in your car, it means it's not original. If you know what I'm saying.
well, you know what else? You know who invented Robertson?
Canadians.
Canadian. That's why you'll see Phillips,
Yes.
but not Robertson.
Yeah, Canadians.
So a number 6 needs a
Hey, baby. Getting your wood done.
Yep.
5/64. 5/64.
Maybe we'll just paint the doors.
Let me show you how to chuck a bit.
Learn how to do it now. You want to hand hold anything?
Yes, I might as well.
Put my trusty thumbs in the spot. You tell me when to hold and I'll hold. You want it on the line is what you want it on, or you want it a 1/4 inch off the line?
I want a 1/4 inch off the line. Actually, you can do that. You can have that piece.
I can hold that better. Or if that goes way down there like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just holding this flush with the door.
Roger that.
And Roger that, he says. Just got to go down further. Am I okay where I'm sitting?
I think it's fine. I'm going to drill this one first. Then we're going to get a screw in there.
Okay. Move on. You want a Robinson screw down in that, or for now.
Yeah, we're just gonna use jug screws.
I got a little screw there. Yeah, that screw right there. You want that?
Remember that somebody said, you got the wrong screws in there. Yeah. These actually the only reason I put these in was just for luck because I couldn't resist, right?
Yeah, I want to see. Yeah,
But
good.
they're the last things. As a matter of fact, I put them in, taken them out enough times. They're kind of chewed up.
Yeah.
So they'll get binned, and we'll put proper ones in.
They get binned.
Well, they're just
Yeah, I got
they're
you.
just chewed up.
On your hole. There you go. Okay. That colder, that meter come aboard, didn't it?
Yeah.
Huh? You want me to hold that one too?
Just
'Cause I can.
Yeah, this one's. Actually, what we can do here.
I'll come and hold. Anything you're gonna have it. Don't know if you'll have to. You might gotta get your drill in there.
Probably drill yours.
I want to get that right for you. There you go.
One more?
Yep, seems to be alright. Did you want? Oh, you're gonna put the screw in. Cool.
That'll suck those laminations together.
It will so. Maybe you should pour a little glue in that before you stuck her down. Pull her off and put the glue in her and stick her back down. Do you want me to hold that one, Jeff?
Should probably be coming off once more yet.
Do you want me to hold that?
No, it should.
I'll go to the other side
yeah.
if you need me.
Make sure it doesn't move.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's right.
Actually, being a lefty, let me change sides of it.
Now,
Feel good?
yeah, it feels good. Like the old farmer taught me, I was haying, and one of my first jobs, and he wanted the hay trailer hooked up, so we backed the tractor up and he gave me the pin. He said, you got her in the hole? Pin? I said, yeah. He goes, feel good? Well, I didn't quite know at the point in time what to say.
Don't know how to answer that.
I didn't at the time, but I do now. It was a long time ago when I was a kid. Does it feel good? And I was thinking, well, not really. Yeah, exactly. But he taught me. Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
What do you think?
Yes. Cool.
Now, it's nice and tight there.
Yes.
Well, this piece, actually, this piece is starting to grow on me a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to shave this down. If you come over here, Jolene, over on this side.
I wonder if I should have shoved that down for you. See on this side, see on this side, come over. Should I shove that down for you, think?
Yeah, maybe. But I might have to take a clamp and pull it
Okay.
down here.
But it's connected anyways.
But given that this is so fat,
Yeah. You can take the back side down a little bit.
well, that's the fat. But let's see. Let's say this is the snout here where I'm going to cut it here.
Yeah.
This is what, 0.334 or something.
Yeah.
This is a 1/2 inch, so this is going to stick out like this.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Should be able to take some of that off.
So I'll have to take some of this off so that this will sit down and meet this.
Cool.
But that'll just be trial and error,
Yes. And this stuff too, like if this stuff does not fit perfectly, that's where mud comes in. That's where Mr. What's your name comes in. Yeah. That's what that's for. To make that stuff fit perfect. If you know what I'm trying to tell you. So I would put them moldings on, go around there to make them fit perfect, and that's the way it would be. But yeah, it's cool. So what do you think with those like that there? You haven't got a whole much longer, have you? Like
No, you know what?
Better get
This
the
is
seats on, baby.
that's a beautiful piece.
yeah.
You know? So what I'll do there, what you do here is you come like this. If you come over on this
Yeah.
side, Julian, on over here. So once I get this piece fitting nicely, then I'll scribe this right here,
And that one does fit nice.
and then I cut this across here, right? And then it'll fit in there. Once it tucks itself in there,
You're gonna
then
do the exact
then
same.
I'll find out where I cross. It
Yeah.
ends up being, I don't know, here, let's say. I'll cut that, and then I fit this last piece, right? And then I'll start building these skirts. Well, the skirts are built. I just
Yeah.
glue them on, sand them,
Right.
trim them.
And
And
once
then,
you get them all together as one piece, there's a little more. You can play with them a little bit more, could you not? Once you get them all together, like.
well, they're not one piece. They're still going to be three pieces.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah. There'll still be three pieces. But as the original cars, as you see in the original pictures,
Okay.
they are three pieces.
Oh, I thought you were bringing them all together and
No.
putting them. No, so they're
No.
gonna be three pieces. Or you're gonna put the bottom piece top.
Yeah, and you're going to see this piece.
Yeah.
You're going to see the connection here.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm good. With that.
but they'll all mesh up together
Cool.
nicely.
I'm good with it. I didn't realize that. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think so.
I did not realize that, but yes.
Well, you know, I mean, we tried to. You know, I really thought that one round would be, you know,
efficient.
look
Yeah.
cool, but actually, I think three pieces actually looks more interesting, right?
It's gonna be fine. So as we're looking at this stuff, all the filler work still has to be done on the inside of the door. The hinges have to be ground around where the hinges are, have to be ground and try to be polished back up. You see this sort of stuff that has to be ground and polished and try to get that shiny again. There's some work that has to be done yet, but it isn't done yet, and that's why it is looking the way it is. And that's why.
Well, I asked to have the doors.
Yeah, that's a process that we have to go through, and I didn't really want to have this finished yet inside there until these are done, so I might have to do something to them after. But the outside is pretty well lit. I'm happy with the outside of them. They're good and straight. Yeah. That's
Well, and
great.
once I get those 6 pieces done, I'll take them away, and you can have the doors back.
Yes.
And, you know, unless we decide that we need a little mudding or what have you. But you know, for the most part, if they're sitting the way we like it,
I like it.
then you leave this
Stuff
hole
with you.
alone,
Yeah.
and then I'll commence to finishing these in the back. The rear windows, I've stripped them down and sanded them and cleaned them up
Okay.
to match the hole in the rear window of the car.
Awesome.
I'll finish those and
Looking real good.
then sand them and polish them, and then shortly here we can sit down and look at the console and see what we're going to do with it.
Yeah. I'm happy with it. I'm gonna have to get your, like I said, we'll sit you in your car, get your seats mounted, and then we'll take them somewhere and get them done. Because I'm liking the wood being done. We'll
Yeah.
get the seats done, and maybe get the door cards figured out somewhat, and then it's all on me doing body work and cleaning and cutting and suspension and all that sort of stuff. But once that stuff's done, there's nothing holding us up except me.
Well,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
time.
time. Yeah.
Time.
That's cool. And you're gonna give these two things to us?
Those are Jolene's, yeah.
Those are
Awesome.
Jolene's.
And this is, I'm going to finish this up. Actually, it's funny, I started doing this on the lathe when I was doing the shaving brushes. And you polish those shaving brushes with a wax. It's called a shell wax. It's an Australian product. And it didn't match up with this. I wanted it shinier. So I sanded it all back and then put finish on it. But that little button in the middle, it grabbed the wax, the wax part of the shell wax, and it just refused to take finish. You'd spray it, and the finish just walk away from it, right?
Gotcha.
So anyways, that's still to be finished. Love yours.
Is the dash finished?
No, it's still curing.
Okay.
You want to visit it?
Yeah, I want to look at it. You don't mind. I wanna look at it. Take a look at the dashing. I like how you made the box for the door, the set.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, well, I mean, I couldn't have that. Door just sitting around, and plus I needed someplace to work on it, right?
As we come down here and we go by, I think every car Jeff has got different wood in it, or different looks of wood, right?
That's bird's eye maple. Huh?
Yeah, there you go.
Which is what made me want to do the that MGTC dashboard.
Okay, cool.
The Mercedes has maple burl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know it by looking at it. I would just know it's nice wood. Wow, there you go. Look at that.
I'm doing do you do cabinets? I say no, I don't do cabinets. Anyways, I did a cabinet.
Look at that now. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
This is my that's my Healy. My I don't own a Healy, but it's gonna go up on the wall.
Okay.
This is Jerry's stuff.
We acquired the Jaguar. We got a Jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any wood in it, did you want it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's well, yeah.
Sure.
I'd probably give it to you because I don't think.
I don't
see what happens. Like
the green one of Bernie's?
no, we bought.
Oh, the red one.
We bought a Jaguar a while back for a project car. It's in the storage container. What year's that?
59, I think.
That's the Mark 9.
Yeah. And it's got some, I think, wood off.
Yeah.
Other,
Oh yeah. Well, that's the same as Jerry's car, the green one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're thinking about doing a project, and that's one of the cars that's up on the chopping block, but I just don't know where we're going yet. We're gonna have to make a decision, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'll take
So you put more clear on top of that, and now you're getting ready to buff that off.
Yes. So you guys hadn't seen this since
Since
the gauges.
Since we
So yes, I took it all apart.
yeah.
Sanded it all down.
Mm-hmm.
To for me, 220 gives me the adhesion that I need. Actually, in theory, when you're working with that urethane or lacquer, they tend to burn. The coats tend to burn together.
Yeah.
But because it's been sitting for so many weeks, I like to rough it up.
Yeah.
And for me, for wood, roughing it up is 220.
Yeah.
And then hit her again with a whole bunch of coats. And this is what I got. This is the chatoyance picture that I posted.
Okay.
And now it's just been sitting here. And you know, to do this type of stuff, I really have to be in the spirit, in the mode, right? You know, so I change out everything upstairs. I got a great big piece of plywood that goes on top of the table saw, then a rubber mat, and I get out all my sandpapers and the sanding blocks, and you know,
Go for it.
woodworking sort of gets put off to the side, and then I start polishing. So I haven't worried about this particularly because, you know, I mean we're
Long ways away.
We're a ways away.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
Cool.
But one of these days I'm going to get up here and reinforce this stand because it was a little floppy in the wind.
A little wobbly.
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome.
So we're gonna try that. We're gonna take off early. We're gonna go to Princess Auto, pick up an engine stand. We need an engine stand to get that engine up off the ground. Yeah, basically that's what we're gonna do. And go home and get some sanding done. Me and Jolene are going sanding. We're gonna lose our fingerprints today.
There you go. Yeah.
But Doug's car's going good.
I can't believe how you go through those 80 grit discs. Oh.
Yeah, just peel and stick, you know.
Yeah, just
Peel them off. That's what
you
happens.
know when you're wasting time, you throw it away and get another one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
But that's
Oh.
right. Yeah.
Alrighty, we'll sign off. Jeff's doing a great job on the wood, and if you have a car that needs wood done, he might do it for you. You'll have to ask him nicely. I don't know what else to say other than that. Do we? Cheers.
See you guys.